The Nebraska Cornhuskers making a play when it mattered most in winning a single-score football game to start 2025. It feels like a sign of things to come. It feels like a turning of the tide. Nebraska got the monkey offense back last year. Bowl eligibility for the first time since 2016. A bowl win for the first time since 2015 in a single-score game against Boston College. And how does 2025 begin? It wasn't always pretty in Kansas City at Arrowhead for the Huskers on Thursday night, but it results in a decisive 20-17 win over Cincinnati. Of course, the moment that mattered most, Malcolm Hartzog Jr. picking off Brendan Sorsby with 34 seconds remaining as Cincinnati was driving at Nebraska's 33-yard line and only down by 3. Since he was getting into field goal range on first down, just trailing by 3 points, they seemingly were going to send this to overtime. And in the past 2 years under Matt Rule, in the past 4 or 5 years before that for Nebraska with Scott Frost, this was a game Nebraska would have lost. This was a game that in those critical junctures where the Huskers needed to make a play, where the defense needed to come through with a crucial stop, they wouldn't have. And since he continued to drive down the field and in the Husker territory, it almost felt like, deja vu. We are seeing the same thing. Maybe the idea of year 3 Matt Rule is not going to be actualized. So for Hartzog to make that play in the immediate aftermath of being called for a defensive hold the snap prior, I think shows you this Nebraska program is starting to turn the corner. And again, it wasn't always pretty. In fact, there was a lot of bad. Nebraska allowed 202 rushing yards on the ground, an 8th best rushing defense in the country a year ago under Tony White, but now a new DC, John Butler. They got gashed by Brendan Sorsby in that Bearcats rushing attack. Nebraska controlled the football for more than 39 minutes in time of possession, winning that battle. They forced 2 turnovers. They had the turnover margin 2-zip, and yet they only won by a field goal in that game. Yeah, there are things to be concerned by. But ultimately, to win a 1-score game, making a play to secure that victory, to me, that's a really good sign. 2-11 in 1-score games in the first 13 instances of such under Matt Rule. 2-0 in their last 2. The bowl victory in the Pinstripe Bowl over Boston College, and how you start off 2025 with the win over Cincy. Loved a couple of things we saw from Dana Holgorsen and that offense. Dylan Raiola, 42 pass attempts, 243 yards, 33 completions, by the way, 2 touchdowns. Emmett Johnson bruising back 25 carries for 108 yards. It wasn't easy, but those were the games Nebraska the last 5 years, the last half decade plus, comes out on the losing end. They made a play when it mattered most to win that one this time to start off the season 1-0 against Cincinnati in KC.